Hey everyone, this is Peyton Anderson of Next Level Athletes. I am thrilled to have Kurtis Rourke on the podcast today. This past season at QB for the Bobcats, Kurtis played in 10 games, completing 169 passes for 1,801 yards with 11 touchdowns. Also rushed for 327 yards on 74 attempts and 3 touchdowns. And on top of this, he was team captain and recognized as Max Student Athlete of the Week on October 27th. Kurtis, first of all, thanks so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Of course. And let's start off with your recruitment process coming out of high school. What was the biggest takeaway from it overall? But also share with us your bond with your brother Nathan, as well as that extra year of high school football and how it helped you going into college.
Yeah, it was definitely a different recruitment process from what a lot of my teammates that I have now. Just being from Canada and stuff, it's a little bit different. Um, First years of my high school career, I was just trying to help with Nathan and my brother and his recruitment process, and so I didn't really get into the scene until about my junior and senior year of high school, and it wasn't. I didn't have as many looks as most people would, just because I felt like I was doing well on the field and our team was winning and stuff like that. But there wasn't as much viewership from coaches into Canada and stuff like that. And so I was lucky enough to come back for an extra year in high school in Canada. You're allowed to do that, and so they call it a fifth year there. And so that gave me the opportunity for another year of sending my film out. Playing another good season, working out, getting bigger and stronger, going to camps and stuff like that. It gave me another year to do all that, and I was able to get some more college offers that normally wouldn't come. But yeah, I'm excited for the future and just with Canadian prospects because I know Canadian recruitment is getting better and more Canadians are being noticed. And yeah.
Mm-hmm. And looking back at your high school career, finishing at Holy Trinity High School, for starters, you finished with 4,250 passing yards, 63 passing touchdowns, 705 rushing yards, 6 rushing touchdowns. On top of this, you're a two-time league MVP, two-time first team All-Star selection, as well as helping your team to a Halton championship in 2017 and a finalist finish in 18. With all this said, reflecting back on it all, what do you miss most about high school in general, but also your all-time favorite memory?
Yeah, there's a lot of great moments in high school. Just the friendships being able to be made. I think there's a lot of different personalities in high school, and a lot of different personalities on football teams and sports teams. And I think it's just all coming together and having one goal of winning it all and stuff, and all those personalities coming together, working together, and trying to win. The best moment probably was winning that Holland championship. That was, the the big goal that I had when I started and when we started that year as a team. A lot of the guys that I grew up playing football with were on that team. It was our last ride kind of thing, and being able to go out on a championship is something that I'll never forget. And yeah, I cherish that moment every day.
Mhm. And moving onward, when looking into arriving at Ohio and its campus the first time, what kind of expectations and thoughts did you have about yourself, your future, and the program as a whole when you first started?
Yeah, that was coming in 2019 was kind of a culture shock for me. Kind of just coming off of that year in Canada, not really sure about playing American football. Never played it really before.
Mhm.
But it was more about just proving to everyone that I could play, and I wasn't just there because of my last name and stuff, and be able to show my teammates, coaches, and really those who believed in me that I can really play, and that I have a talent set for college football, and so that was my goal, and it continues to be my goal to prove myself and prove that I can help this team win in every other way.
And additionally, what led to redshirt your first year? But now looking back on this decision, what would you say was the biggest takeaway from the experience and what you learned most from it moving forward?
Yeah, my redshirt year was probably one of my best years, just in the sense that I learned so much. It was my brother's senior year, and so he was able to just ball out and just do amazing things like he did. And I was able to learn under him. He knew everything really, and he was able to teach me and the other quarterbacks, everything about college football, and also college life outside the field and stuff. And so that redshirt year, I really wasn't expecting to play, and it was more just about learning and understanding and kind of just getting used to playing not only American football but just college football in general. So.
And I'm looking more specifically in this past season. What would you first off, what would you say changed the most in your game and skill set on the field in 2021 compared to 2020 season?
Um, there's a lot of growth. I think a lot of people look at maybe the physical aspect with running the ball and stuff like that. I do think that's a big change, but I think the biggest thing for me was leadership, being able to um, just have that leadership role in the team as an offense and stuff, and building off of 2020 when I wasn't fully sure of myself, and as a captain last year, that really gave me confidence because I know my teammates trusted in me and just as much as I trust in them. And so that was just a different role that I stepped into. And, I'm hoping to build off that this year.
And additionally, doing research, looking back at your season and the injury back in the 2020 season, how did you mature and learn throughout your recovery process, getting back to 100%? But also speak about your mentality going forward from the injury into this past season, for example.
Yeah. So yeah, I broke my collarbone in 2020 in one of the last games that we played. And it was definitely it was definitely the first bone that I broke. So it was tough. Recovery process wasn't great, and having surgery at any point isn't something that you wanna go through. But it was definitely a big learning lesson. Just thinking about that play and thinking about um, just how that went. There's a lot of learning curves and stuff like that. Helped me definitely in the future. Just knowing that I do need to pay attention to film and stuff like that, and be a little bit more attentive on that stuff. But freak accidents like this that happen, and got to be okay with it. That's the game that I chose to love and continue to play. And so, like I said, it's part of the game. And moving forward, I just do the best to not put myself in those situations.
Yeah. And in terms of this current off season, what's been the main focal point in your training and recovery going into next year and beyond?
Yeah, this is my first summer healthy, and not going through any surgeries and not having COVID in the way or anything like that. And so I'm really able to get in the weight room, really get on the field and work with our strength coach, Coach Miller, and just um, do the best I can to just improve in all areas of my game. And so I'm really excited about the summer. I'm excited about how it's gone. I'm excited about what's to come as well. Just being able to just have a stress free when it comes to injuries, and just do the best I can, and getting stronger and stuff, as well as be in the classroom and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
doing all those important things.
And when and talking about the topic of recruitment, NAL deals, everything else in between, it's a lot to handle for a lot of guys. But in your own words, what kind of just advice in general would you have to share with anyone wanting to pursue a collegiate athletic career that they could take with them and kind of keep stored in the back of their mind?
Yeah, I would just say be confident. Be confident in yourself. There's a lot of things going on in the world with NIL deals, like you mentioned. But the principle is still the same. If you work hard enough and you have what it takes to be a college football player, you're gonna make it there. And the best thing you can do is be confident in yourself. And whether that's training, whether that's in the classroom, whether that's just talking to people, you know, being able to know your skill set and know what you can do, will take you a long way. And even if when you do get to that chance of being a collegiate athlete, confidence is going to take you a long way.
hmm And transitioning over to life off the field, what's a typical day look like for you during the season and off season?
Um, During the season, we we have regular school, usually out throughout the day, and then around the afternoon to evening areas, we have film sessions and practice and stuff like that, and then do the same the next day, all the way into when we may have to travel to if we're going somewhere, or kind of like our the day before pregame kind of routine and stuff like that. In the off season, it's a little less busy. Right now, we're working out in the morning. Do 4 hours in the morning. Do a little bit of meetings and stuff, and then kind of just have the rest of the day to chill, do homework, enjoy the summer, and just hang out with the teammates, which I think is undervalued in a lot of programs. Just being able to hang out with your teammates and get to know them
Mm-hmm.
during the time when it's not so stressful and you can kind of just relax a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And just so you talk to us about your major. Looking on the team website, it listed you were undecided on a major. Have you decided on something since then? Regardless of your answer, what maybe led you to your major, as well as what it's about and classes you've been taking for it?
Yeah, so I think it was about 2 years ago I declared a communication major, and I got a minor in sports management as well as coaching. Communication is a pretty broad area, but I want to go into more of sports management, do my master's in that, hopefully next year. I really just love sports, and I want to be a part of that in any way whenever football ends for me, because I know eventually it will. And just being a part of football at some point would or football, any really sport, just whether that's marketing, whether that's sales, whether that's anything like that. That would be that's my goal in the future. And then having that coaching background would also be awesome, because I'd love to go back to my high school at some point, maybe coach a little bit, because that's where it all started for me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm looking more into Ohio and its program, as well as what they have to offer their athletes and students. For you personally, what has been your favorite part of being in the program up to now?
Um, I really just like the culture and values that we've kind of created, or that's been created at Ohio. It's a lot of it's a program that is more, I would say, player run, in the sense that players keep other players accountable, and that they want the best for everybody. And the coaches kind of are nice in the way that they kind of let the players teach others, and
Mm-hmm.
don't not all too hands on at one point when it be may not be needed, that sense. But yeah, just going back to Coach Solich and the values that he had for his longest time, and Coach Alvin has really taken those and made them his own, and really perfected them in a great way. He always talked about being a brick and having that little, um, just that strength and that attitude, to have a winning attitude in that sense. And yeah, I just like what the place we're going, and the path that we're on, um, and I'm excited for the future.
Mm-hmm. And on top of this, how would for two-part question, how would you describe what it's like to suit up in an Ohio Bobcats uniform every game? But on top of this, how would you also describe the program, what it's like, with one word or sentence?
Um, I would say a good one would be resiliency. I think that a lot of guys on our team are just resilient, and they will do anything to help the team to be healthy. Is a big part. A lot of guys had some tough injuries last year, and they've been doing everything they can to get back out on the field. And I think that um, that's really what this program's all about. And wearing that Ohio uniform is all about being resilient, all about being tough, and just bouncing back when things may not be going the right way. Last year we didn't have as good a season as a lot of us hoped, but it's created some motivation, and um, to come back stronger this year. I mean, you can tell in the off season that we've been working hard and harder than ever, even though we didn't have a great season. And that just shows about a lot about this program, a lot about the coaches, and the program that's been built.
Mm-hmm. And looking more into off the field for you again. First off, how would you describe the kind of person you are when off the field and in general outside of football?
Yeah, I would say I'm a pretty chill guy. Uh, it's definitely parts where and times where I'm a little more outgoing and stuff and extroverted. Um, but I think it stays the same. Uh, just hardworking and doing everything I can. Love to do active things outside and hang out with friends and teammates. But as a person, I don't know, probably as someone else describe who I am because they probably know me best. But I have pretty uh, perspective of who I am.
Hmm. And additionally, what would you say are some of your hobbies or things you enjoy doing when you find spare time, if any, on a given day?
Yeah. I enjoy just something that I've done a lot this summer is disc golf as well as just regular golfing. It's something that we have here in Athens, and two things that are outdoors, and you get to spend time outside and enjoying that, and something that you can do with friends as well. Just something to keep me active and not inside and playing video games, stuff like that, which I know a lot of people do. So I just enjoy more being outside and stuff like that, and just hang out with some people and yeah, I did also part of Athletes in Action, which is a Christian ministry. Kind of just learn about Jesus, read the Bible, and it's really nice in the summer to be reminded about how great God is.
Hmm. And looking into the future in the roster, the depth chart within the program, first off, what can fans expect from yourself and the team as a whole going forward into next season and beyond?
I think the team can expect a lot of competitive players on all positions, all areas of the depth chart. I think everybody's ready to go. You hear that next man up mentality. I think that we have that a lot, that talent around the team at all areas. We just talking with guys and the improvement that they've had since they came in, myself included, just gotten a lot better and really have that one goal in mind of winning together. And I know that no matter what happens, we're going to be able to have people to step up to help reach that goal because, like I said, that mindset and that resiliency that we have as a program.
Hmm. And for everyone in life, they always have a special someone or group of people that means a lot to them in their life, whether that be helping them become who they are over time, lessons, advice, um, just growing up. For you personally, who would you say that group of people or person is in your life? And if they were to be listening, what would you share with them?
Yeah, I think the biggest influences and who I'm thankful the most is really my family, my parents, and my brother. They've kind of just been with me the whole entire way, encouraging me. I know my parents told me when I was young, when I said I wanted to play football, they said, you don't have to get a job as long as you work hard and you play football to the best of your abilities. I was able to earn a scholarship, and so it's kind of like my job, but it's a job that I love every day. And my brother has been nothing but supportive of me. Like I said, in my freshman year, he was just showing me the ropes and stuff like that. But we talk here and there, and we give encouragement to each other every day. But he's been through it, and I'm just able to learn from him, which is nothing but positive for me because he means a lot to me, and he helps me whenever stuff are going down or whether I need advice or anything like that. So those my family's just been nothing but amazing for me in my life.
Hmm. And when your collegiate career eventually comes to an end, how do you want to be remembered most by others during your time with the program in its entirety, but also the kind of legacy and career you want to leave behind at Ohio?
Yeah, I hope to leave with a good legacy and a legacy where people know that I gave my all, right, and helped the team. Hopefully, we're a part of a team that wins a MAC championship and brings one to Athens because I know we definitely have the ability and talent to do that. I want to be remembered as those someone who's gave it their all and had those were able to help and lead others. But yeah, the biggest thing for me is bringing a MAC championship home for my teammates, the city of Athens, all the past Bobcats, because think that we deserve one.
And last question, what might be next for your future as an athlete and individual after college? Or are you more so taking it day by day until that moment presents itself?
Yeah, I still got a little bit of college to go before I make that decision. But like I said previously, I want to be in sports in some fashion, whatever that may be. It's just something that I'm passionate about and I love, and I hope to be in a spot where I'm enjoying what I'm doing. And with sports, I know that'll be the case for sure.
Of course. And once again, Kurtis Rourke, Ohio Bobcats quarterback. Kurtis, we appreciate you taking the time, sitting down for an interview, and I wish you nothing but the best for your future, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me again. It was a
Of
blast.
course.